Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Just briefly, this is a revisited video because the original sound was broken, and this is just for the purposes of fixing the sound so you can follow along with the tutorial easier. Thank you and enjoy. Hello everyone, so I'm back and I've decided what I'm going to do, and this bit, the reason I did this off camera is because it's incredibly fiddly. It would have just taken a long time, so I thought it was better to explain it to you. But these links on here actually come apart, so you don't need anything to do that particular bit with. But what you will need for this project at your own stash is a small piece of 28 gauge wire and some 26 gauge wire. That's pretty much all you're going to need actually to complete this. Maybe a couple of copper jump rings up there when you're done, but I do have a lot of those made up ready. I don't know if everybody does, but there you go. That's what you'll be needing from your own stash. So some copper jump rings, one copper jump ring, a small piece of 28 gauge and some 26 gauge. Now let us begin. So what I did here was, like I said, pre-did this so it wasn't as confusing, it didn't take as long. So here I have 20 links, 16 links, 10 links and 6 links, just to keep things even, okay, just to keep that even full. I'm going to have this in the middle here. I'm going to attempt to use an apatite stopper bead. I've done this before, but we will see how it goes. I'm not sure how it's going to work out on video, so what I might do is do that first, so then I know if we're going to have any issues with it. So what you want to do is get your bead. You want to start at the bottom, so you want to go about halfway, like halfway through your small bead. What did I get here? About 10 centimeters? Maybe 10 centimeters, 28 gauge. Go about there, and we're starting at the bottom. So we'll take this piece, we'll take our, I'm all the way over there. So we'll take our end piece, our end cap, pop it up there, and now I'm going to use one of these teeny tiny apatite beads as a stopper, kind of like I would if I was using a needle and thread. But you will need to bend it a certain way first. So what I'm going to do is going to take it and I'm going to bend the wire out like that, so the bead is out like that, and then push this one back through the first bead, so like that. And you just want to go slowly so you can guide that apatite bead to sit exactly where you want it. You want him to start turning around, so you want to bend this one out a little bit because you want it to pop right in place. And you also want to be careful you don't break your bead. Pull up like that. So you have a little stop bead like that. Okay, I've remembered to put my bead cap on. Right, and also I'm going to go ahead and decide, ignore what I said about making a loop. You don't need to make a loop because we're going to be fitting it in here anyway. So grab this end that you've just looped and just wrap it around a couple of times. If you need to put it away like that, then that's fine, but this is going to be the easiest way, like that. Just grabbing the bead quite gently because you don't want to break anything, and just wrapping it around a couple of times to make it nice and sturdy. because it's 28 gauge, you really want to make sure you get a good wrap around, make it nice and secure, because obviously 28 gauge isn't going to be the thickest wire. So wrap that round a couple of times. One moment, sorry. There we are. So we want to come close and we're going to trim that wire that we've just been wrapping like that. Give it a little smush down. And we're going to use the other wire just to make sure we don't miss anything. We're going to wrap that the other way, which I think is that way. So the opposite the way to what we just went. Oh no, I got caught. You don't want to get caught, you want to watch out for that, because you want your work to be nice and neat at the top here. And then trim that. So we've cut that quite a few times now. There we go. Lovely. And that'll sit like that. Oh, that's worked out quite lovely. I like that. I'm allowed to, it's me. And now we're moving on to the 26 gauge, and for this 26 gauge you want to get yourself a fair length, because we're going to be doing quite a bit of wrapping. So I'll say 20 centimeters I would get, and we're going to take our briolet, put it through, and we're going to do a simple briolet wrap, which is we bring that up, we do our loop on one side, and then I wrap it round there like that. So I have that, and I trim this off, smush it down like so, and then this long bit we're going to take it from the top. It might be easier if you grab the loop, actually stop the loop turning so much, and you're just going to wrap all the way down like this. You take your time, you should get a very lovely neat wrap all the way down like that to where the holes are, so you can cover that up. Like so. Then when we get to that point, you want to do this neat little curve up to the top like so, and just wrap a couple more times around the top and finish there like that. Now what I was going to do is attach it straight to here, but that does make things more difficult if I do that, and when I can open up these chain links I really don't see the point in making life more difficult for myself. So we're going to grab that, we're going to open it up. Oop. We're going to open it up, and we're going to slot on our first briolet like so. Okay, so we're going to do that exact same thing with the other briolets and the daggers, and then meet me back here. And I'm back. So I've added my briolets and my daggers in the exact same ways. Now for what I decided to do for these was to do something kind of similar but not really. So if you take maybe 10 centimeters of 26 gauge, thread on one apatite, one of your frosted faceted beads, and another teeny tiny apatite. If I can find it, there we go. Take your pieces like that. So you've got an apatite, a frosted and an apatite. Bend, bend, bend into this lovely little shape. Try and keep it as even as you can. Like so. Oh, kind of like so. One moment. Pull that over a little bit more. There we go. So you're doing the exact same thing, kind of. So we're getting that. We're looping around like so. We're going to take this and we're going to go around once like that. Stick it back in. Like that. Stick it back in. Loop this one around and do the exact same thing. So hold, bring it round. Oh, didn't quite curve it enough. One moment. Bring it round and wrap. Okay, and then we just come round and we cut these bits off. And give it a little smush because we don't want sharp edges. Smush the sharp edges away, and that's ready to add to here. Just like we did with the briolets and the daggers. We're doing these in the exact same way. Open it up. Be a bit more patient because you've got two wires to go on here, so it's a little thicker, like so. And then swizzle, swizzle, like so. And there's our pendant finished. Isn't that beautiful? That's absolutely stunning in my opinion. Let's lay it, oh gosh, smacking you about. Let's lay it on the back of my hand like that for you. Look how beautifully dangling. I think that's very spring rainy, don't you? Beautiful, if I do say so myself. Gorgeous. Let's see if I can, there's no point in zooming in. There was our project for the day, and of course if you want to put, you can put it on any type of chain. You can put it on this chain with a jump ring. You could put it on a cord chain with a jump ring. See what I mean by I fall in love with everything. So gorgeous. Hopefully you'll join me again for future videos, and we'll sit down and do something else together. We'll get on with our bead embroidery project. I think I will end up releasing the 2 videos because I may as well, to be perfectly honest. Like, no point in holding back, is there? So I'm glad you could join me. I had fun making this, and I hope you will have fun with all of your projects too. Thank you very much. Bye.